learning target for tomorrow is I can describe how erosion and deposition occur at a seaside cliff and how adding barriers can affect erosion. So this is what your cliff model is going to look like once it's completely set up, and I'm just going to quickly run through how you set it up and how you do the procedure. In your green tray, you're going to have 2 plastic cups. Person number 1 is responsible for filling up their plastic cup with 150 milliliters of sand. In other words, 3 full scoops of this 30 milliliter graduated cup. Just make sure that that's nice and full. And put it in your plastic cup. So 3 of these guys is 150 milliliters, and that's what you need. Person number 3 is responsible for getting the other plastic cup from the green bin, going over to the sink, and just filling it up with cold water. It doesn't have to be full to the top. Just about this much is good enough. So step 1 for setting up the plastic parts of your cliff model. You have your plastic box. You have this piece that looks like this. This goes into this side of the plastic box, opposite of the black line on the bottom. And then this piece, which you then insert into this hole, and that makes your wave maker. In your green plastic bin, you place your catch basin down, and you take your plastic box and you just lean it up on the catch basin, like this. Person number 2 then takes this, what they call the retaining wall, and sticks it into the plastic box like so, and holds it there along the black line, while person number 1 fills up between the plastic box and the retaining wall with sand. With person number 2 holding the retaining wall, person number 3 can pack down and smooth out and even out the cliff using their spoon, like so. Once you've made your cliff, have person number 2 keep on holding onto that retaining wall, and person number 3 can start pouring their water into the model. And you want to pour enough water so it just goes up to the edge of the cliff. So we may have to go back to get a little bit more water, but this is what we want our cliff model to look like. Right, so this is a side view of our cliff model. Over here is the catch basin underneath. There's the sand with the barrier right on the black line. The water goes right up to the black line as well. And then here's the wave maker. Notice how the wider part is on the top. So once you get the water in there, you can pull out the retaining wall. What you're going to do now is take turns making waves. So the first person is going to make a set of 5 waves. Between each wave, you want to count for 3 seconds, like this. 1, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. 3, 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3. 5, 1, 2, 3. After that first set of 5 waves, record your observations on your lab sheet. Switch off and have another teammate make another set of 5 waves in the same way. Record your observations in your lab sheet. After that, have a third person make another set of 5 waves and record your observations in your lab sheet again. Once you made all your observations, you're going to reset your cliff by taking your retaining wall and scraping back the sand and letting the water drain out. If your cliff model's too wet, you can get a little bit of dry sand to put on top to dry it out. Sometimes you need to do this process a couple times before it stays shaped. What we're going to do now is see how man-made structures can help slow down erosion and deposition at a seaside cliff. So what you're going to do is lay your metal weights that you have along the black line on the plastic box, and you're going to repeat the same process of creating 3 sets of 5 waves, and you're going to record your observations of how the cliff erodes now that these weights are in place. If you have extra time, you can try setting up your weights in different ways and seeing if it has a different effect on how the cliff erodes. Any leftover wet sand can go back into the bin that you got the sand from. Leftover sandy water can get put into the dump bucket in the sink, like this. If there's any residual sand in the cliff model bucket, you can just put a little water in it, swish it around, and then dump it into the dump bucket in the sink. That is it. That's the procedure for tomorrow. Make sure that you have everything on the worksheet filled out and ready to bring into class tomorrow so you can participate. And remember, if you missed anything on the sheet, you can always rewind or rewatch a specific part of the video to get those answers. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.